How do you get your songs?
All right, how do I get my songs? I think there are many explanations to this.
Yes.
But number one would be that the song and the vessel are one.
Yes.
So I don't separate the song and the vessel. In other words, my life. I remember a prophet saying to me, Eileen Fisher in New York, he's saying, you don't blow the trumpet. You are the trumpet that God blows. You are the trumpet that God blows. You know, and I tell people that, you know, where the song is coming from is more important than the song itself. So it's an entire life experience. So when I'm singing a song, or when I'm sharing my album, I'm saying to people, come and listen to my experience with God. You know, and we define that experience with God as revelation. As revelation. Let me narrow down to the weightiness of a song. In the tabernacle, there's the outer court, inner court, and the Holy of Holies.
Yes.
In the outer court is the sun, is the sunlight. In the inner court, it's the
glory.
The candlesticks,
the candlestick, yes.
The menorah, and then the oil that.
Yes.
But in the Holy of Holies, the light there.
Yes.
Is what we call Shekinah,
yes.
or other people call it the kabod of God. Now, kabod is a word that is very rich, and essentially it means the weight of God. Weight. So the glory of God is the weight of God. So when you stay in His presence, where the glory is, His weight rests on you. His weight rests on your word. So if you become a practitioner of the presence of God, you are someone who dwells in the glory of God. In the glory of God. So I find out that when I'm spending a lot of time, you might have seen me even when I'm working, I go around with my headphones. I'm constantly just, in that atmosphere, practicing the presence of God in fellowship, in koinonia, in union. And sometimes when you get to a place of saturation, spending time with God is the same as the physical equivalent is like intimacy with a woman.
Yes.
You see, when you spend time with a couple spends time, a man releases his seed into the woman. Now, when you spend time with God, God releases His seed, His word.
Yes.
And God does not just speak words. God speaks light.
Yes.
God speaks glory. So if I'm in a time with God, studying or basking in the presence of God, and I receive a word, for me, a music minister, but for you, when you receive a word, yours comes as a message, a series, but mine comes as a song. So when I come, sometimes I hear the melody, sometimes I hear the word, the revelation of maybe a name of God that is quickened to me. So for example, Ruach Elohim. It was a revelation that came to me. Ruach, the breath of Elohim. And that's based on Genesis 1. In the beginning, God. The God there is Elohim. The first mention of God in the Bible is Elohim. You see, and verse 2 says, the breath of God, the Ruach of Elohim moved upon the face of the water.
Wow.
So that became quickened in my heart. And David said, your statutes have become my song. Your word has become my song. So when you find people who dwell in the word, in the presence of God, and have an understanding of that, that overflow is the same glory. So if I fetch the song in the glory, in a deep place, deep calls unto deep, it will hit people as glory. If it's a song that I wrote from my mind, when I sing it, it will hit them because deep calls unto the deep. So that's why Paul says, let the word of God dwell in you richly. Then after that, he says, singing to yourselves in psalms, hymns, and spiritual songs. So I believe just, if there's a summary to that, it's just being a practitioner of the presence of God. I'd had one insight that changed my life forever. Exodus 32 verse 14. I was reading one time, and Moses says, how will the world know that we are different? Is it not that you go with us? Then we will be different or separate from the people.
Wow.
And then he hit me.
Wow.
I said, Lord, there are two music ministers in the world.